Hi, so here we are back with Brooke, and what I'm going to show you today is how to follow on from that GHD look, get up the next day, don't really want to wash your hair again, and we can turn it into something else. So, you know, braids are still really popular at the moment. We're still getting asked for them all the time in salon, and you know, coming into that spring, summer, it's a really great look. So when you've already prepared the hair and you've done, you know, GHD curls and you've used something like dust to give the hair a bit of guts and volume, is a really great time to do the braids, because you don't want it sort of plastered to the head and too tight. You know, it looks cool when there's a bit of volume and a bit of movement and stuff with it. So I'm doing an inside out braid here, so you can see the texture of the braid on the top of the hair. It's my personal preference. I mean, you can do it whichever way you like, but this way it makes it stand out more, and you can do a bit more with it. And when you've got foils and colour and stuff like that in the hair, it makes it stand out and makes it part of the look. So what I'm doing is I'm taking each strand of the braid and I'm passing it underneath the centre piece. So all you do is left underneath, right underneath, left underneath, right underneath. And the other trick is, like, because we want some volume and some movement in the braid, not to hold the braid too tightly. Okay, which incidentally is also the trick when you're doing GHD curls. Don't clamp the hair too tight, okay? All right, so once we've got our wee sort of half braid in there, like this, so just holding on to the ends like that, don't let them go. Just pull your braid out a bit and give it a little bit of volume, a little bit of texture, until you get to where you like. And then I never try and put my tie in right at the end of the braid. I always braid it out a little bit because it's easier to get it in, and it gives you a bit of room to move if you sort of make a bit of a mistake. These little bands here, loom bands, I get them from the cheap shops. They're about, I think it's $1.50 for about 200. Absolutely get them. They're so good to use. They're really easy, and then you just snip them at the end of the night and take them out rather than trying to pull them out and retain them. Okay, so we've got our little braid and stuff in there, and if you wanted to take it one step further from there, you can do a top knot. So the trick to the top knot: put 2 fingers underneath, close your hand around it, and point your fingers forward. And then you wrap the hair around underneath. Okay, just kind of fold it down, and then use your bobby pins to secure. When you're using bobby pins, try not to put too much hair in the bun, because it just won't hold, and the fatness of the hair will push the pin back out. And it'll probably get a little bit messy through the day as it wears and stuff, but you know, personally I think that's really cool. A lady that I worked with a few years ago and is a fantastic hairdresser, Sarah Alsop, she calls it noise. Always like that term. Okay. And then just reworking that dust that's already in the roots and get a bit of volume and stuff like that. Okay, and there we go. That's our second day look from GHD Curls. I like to call it the Warrior Braid. Really, really cool look for later on in the week.